Now, it's rarely that we see opposition parties unite with the government and back it on issues of national security and development. And it's even more rare to see the BJP and the Congress agree on an issue. The India Today roundtable in New York was witness to one such bonhomie as Congress leaders wished Modi the very best. Here's an excerpt from the roundtable with Rajdeep Sardesai.
You know, the world has changed. This is a city where you have protesters on every issue. There are some groups which are still protesting Mr. Modi's visit, but would you concede that the overwhelming number of NRIs and of Indian Americans are out there to welcome an Indian Prime Minister, someone who has deeply connected with them over the last couple of years?
Well, look, I've only got here, so I can't say I've spoken to enough people. I'm actually going to be addressing some of Mr. Modi's critics this evening when I speak to the gathering of the Indian National Overseas Congress. So maybe
there's an Indian National Overseas Congress still surviving.
It is, and it's got.
So it's not just the BJP friends of BJP overseas.
It's going to be a good crowd, I'm told, despite the weather. But having said that, as a general proposition, and having been an NRI for 18 years or longer, here, I've always had the feeling that when a national leader comes of any party, we all, as NRIs, would rally behind him, and that's normal. Frankly, when I, as an opposition politician, come abroad, I leave most of my political differences with Mr. Modi back at home, because here he represents our country, he represents the future of India, and we should, as far as possible, wish him success.
Some will call it long-distance nationalism. It's nice to live in New York and believe you're truly nationalist, and you know that you're looking at, you know, you're out there. That's what I find on the internet often. I mean, the long-distance nationalism of people who are now welcoming Narendra Modi here in New York. Do you believe that there's that national spirit which Modi is very astute in invoking?
There's also long-distance extremism from the comfort of the couch in Westchester or whatever. I mean, a lot of the hate stuff that I get is actually from locations in this country, on Twitter and other social media. So there is all of that. People, when they're far away from India, have the luxury of being able to spout without having to do anything about it. But it doesn't matter. Now we have come to them. They will welcome us here, and they'll welcome the Prime Minister, I'm sure, as their Prime Minister.
Long-distance nationalism or long-distance extremism?
Well, I think it's long-distance nationalism, which will be there always. But the key thing is, there is a perception change which has come about India under Modi ji. And these NRIs here are looking forward of supporting Modi ji's vision and idea back home. So I think criticism is welcome in democracy, but overall criticism will not be there. There will be few points here and there, but at the end of the day, I think that even the American investors, I'll just add here. You see, for example, I just want to give it a little example. The US state, they hold on to the technology transfers on particularly, let's say, defense. But there are a host of them, like Westinghouse, GE and all, they're also driving and they're pushing their government that, look, don't hold on to this transfer technology, but allow us to go to